Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to talk about a topic that many people don't like to think about: credit card debt. Specifically, I want to address the question, how bad is it if you don't pay off your credit card every month? Let's start with the basics. When you use a credit card to make a purchase, you're essentially borrowing money from the card issuer. When you use a credit card to make a purchase, you're essentially borrowing money from the card issuer. This means that the credit card company or bank is fronting the money for your purchase, and you're agreeing to pay them back at a later date. When you apply for a credit card, the issuer will evaluate your credit history and income to determine whether you're eligible for the card and what your credit limit will be. If you're approved, you'll be given a line of credit, which is the maximum amount of money you can borrow from the issuer. Each time you make a purchase with your credit card, you're using some of that available credit. For example, if your credit limit is $5,000 and you make a $500 purchase, you'll have $4,500 of available credit remaining. At the end of each billing cycle, the credit card company will send you a statement showing your balance and minimum payment due. If you pay off your balance in full by the due date, you won't be charged any interest on the purchases you made during that billing cycle. However, if you carry a balance from month to month, you'll be charged interest on the remaining amount. The interest rate on your credit card is expressed as an annual percentage rate, and it's applied to your balance each month. So, if you have a balance of $1,000 and an APR of 20%, you'll be charged $200 in interest per year, or about $16.67 per month. It's important to note that not all credit cards have the same terms and conditions. Some cards may have higher or lower interest rates, annual fees, or rewards programs that can affect how you use your card. It's important to read the terms and conditions carefully before you apply for a credit card, so you understand how it works and what your obligations are. Now, you might be thinking, so what? A little bit of interest can't be that bad, right? Well, unfortunately, the interest rates on credit cards are typically very high, often in the double digits. If you're thinking that a little bit of interest on your credit card debt can't be that bad, it's important to understand just how quickly that interest can add up and how much it can end up costing you in the long run. First, it's important to note that credit cards typically have much higher interest rates than other forms of borrowing, like mortgages or car loans. The average credit card interest rate in the United States is around 16%, but it's not uncommon for rates to be much higher. Some credit cards have interest rates of 25% or more. This means that even a small balance on your credit card can quickly balloon into a much larger amount if you're not paying it off in full every month. For example, if you have a $1,000 balance on your credit card with a 16% interest rate and you only make the minimum payment each month, it will take you over 5 years to pay off the balance, and you'll end up paying over $600 in interest alone. That might not sound like a lot, but keep in mind that this is just for a $1,000 balance. If you have a higher balance, the amount of interest you'll pay will be even higher. And if you're carrying a balance on multiple credit cards, the interest charges can really start to pile up. But it's not just the financial cost of carrying credit card debt that's a concern. When you have credit card debt, you're also increasing your credit utilization ratio, which is a measure of how much of your available credit you're using. This ratio is one of the factors that affects your credit score, and a high utilization ratio can lower your score and make it harder to get approved for loans or credit in the future. Additionally, carrying credit card debt can be stressful and can affect your mental health. It's never fun to feel like you're drowning in debt, and the longer you carry a balance, the worse it can get. You might find yourself constantly worrying about your debt, feeling guilty about your spending habits, or even losing sleep over your financial situation. So if you're thinking that a little bit of interest on your credit card debt can't be that bad, it's important to take a step back and consider the bigger picture. Even a small amount of credit card debt can quickly snowball into a much larger amount of debt, and the financial, credit, and emotional costs can be significant. If you're carrying credit card debt, it's important to make a plan to pay it off as soon as possible and avoid carrying a balance in the future. Let's say, for example, that you have a credit card with a 20% APR and you carry a balance of $1,000. If you only make the minimum payment each month, it will take you over 5 years to pay off the balance, and you'll end up paying over $1,500 in interest alone. That's a lot of money to essentially throw away. But it's not just the interest that makes carrying a balance a bad idea. When you have credit card debt, you're also increasing your credit utilization ratio, which is a measure of how much of your available credit you're using. This ratio is one of the factors that affects your credit score, and a high utilization ratio can lower your score and make it harder to get approved for loans or credit in the future. Additionally, carrying credit card debt can be stressful and can affect your mental health. It's never fun to feel like you're drowning in debt, and the longer you carry a balance, the worse it can get. So, how bad is it if you don't pay off your credit card every month? In short, it's pretty bad. Carrying a balance can lead to high interest charges, a lower credit score, and increased stress and anxiety. If you're currently carrying credit card debt, I highly recommend making a plan to pay it off as soon as possible. Cut back on unnecessary expenses, increase your income if possible, and make a budget to ensure you're able to pay more than just the minimum payment each month. In conclusion, not paying off your credit card balance every month can have serious consequences on your financial health. The high interest rates associated with credit card debt can quickly add up and make it difficult to pay off your balance, leading to long-term debt and financial stress. Additionally, carrying a balance can negatively impact your credit score, making it harder to obtain credit in the future. It's essential to make paying off your credit card balance a priority and avoid carrying a balance whenever possible. This means creating a budget and sticking to it, cutting back on unnecessary expenses, and increasing your income if possible. If you find yourself with credit card debt, it's important to make a plan to pay it off as soon as possible, even if it means making sacrifices in the short term. Remember, the key to financial success is responsible money management and avoiding debt whenever possible. By paying off your credit card balance every month, you can avoid the negative consequences of carrying debt and enjoy the peace of mind that comes with financial stability. I hope this video has been helpful in understanding the consequences of not paying off your credit card balance. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.